What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Awakening World. I'm Love Coach Scott Katamas. I am so honored to be the host of the show. I want to welcome all of our friends watching on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you to John and Summer Raymer, who do an amazing job of getting us out through the Sign Network, SINE, to all these different Facebook groups and pages. And of course, a big welcome to our friends that are right here in the Zoom room. Thank you for being here tonight. And also a big hello to those of you watching the recording, um, including extraterrestrial beings trying to understand what's happening with the awakening world. So we appreciate all of you. It's a Soul Search night, and once a month we collaborate with our friends Tangela and Barbara Tintori and all of our friends at Soul Search. And they provide us with some of their favorite presenters and healers. And Soul Search is the place to go if you're looking for psychics, healers, or just ways to raise your consciousness. And we're going to be talking a lot about Soul Search tonight. And I'm grateful that I get to co-host with Barbara Tintori. Welcome back to the Awakening World, Barbara.
Oh, it's so good to be back. It feels like home. I've been missing it so much. I took a little time away to help my dear friend navigate a very intense cancer journey. She is cancer free after 6 months. I'm so grateful to say, and it's time for me to really jump back in and just fill my soul again with you all.
Great. Well, it's good to have you with us, and thank you for being of service to your friend. Thank you for that.
This is how we
Um,
walk our talk. We can talk about spiritual concepts all the time, but in times like that, it's where it really counts.
yeah.
And it
And,
was a blessing for me.
we're all getting older, and more and more as I get to know our community, more and more of the time in our community is spent doing prayer and support for our community members that are going through healing challenges. And tonight we're going to be, we have several people to connect with during our prayer time that are people that we love that are going through their own physically or emotionally challenging moments. So.
Yeah.
I want to, for anybody who's watching, of course, not our Zoom roomers, because you all know, but for those of you that are watching on Facebook and YouTube, and all of a sudden, like, wow, what is this thing that I'm watching? Well, um, we're the Awakening World, and you can find us at globalpeacetribe.com. But what we're going to be highlighting today is Soul Search. And Soul Search is the place to go to find extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. And they do enlightenment expos all over California, Arizona, and Nevada. And so we'll be letting you know some of the upcoming places, but soon they're going to be in Palo Alto, Pasadena, Mount Shasta. In fact, our very first presenter tonight is coming from Mount Shasta, that magical vortex. So anyway, you can find out all about Soul Search by going to soulsearch.io. And Barbara, I am really excited. We had a chance to chat with Leslie before the show. She
Yeah.
sounds fabulous, but I'm going to turn over to you to do the official introduction.
Amazing. I'm so excited, Leslie, to get to know you.
Are we
And
going to have music?
oh,
We are going to have music. Of course, we're going to have music.
Leslie, 2 minutes.
I apologize. Sometimes I suffer from premature evaluation. And so, for those of you who don't know, we always have music on our show. And we are blessed to have our house musical artist, Omashar, who will be blessing us with 3 musical numbers tonight. Here he is. Thank you.
Premier anyway, evaluation. I like that, brother. And I had to be brave there because sometimes I just let it roll, and it's always nice to open up the evening with music because it'll just roll out from here. So, namaste, everybody, and let's see what's happening, shall we? Please show me how to reach you. Strip me down, let go my mind. I was naked and blind. Finding it harder holding on to what's gone. Then there's the future. What if we never get that far? I know it may sound crazy if I say not much is real. Tell me inside, how do you feel? This is the time to break the mold of the old and dysfunctional way we have lived our lives so far. How much longer can we hold on to that which tears us apart? So free up your mind, open your heart. No longer can we hold on to that which tears us apart. So free up your mind, open your heart. Finally free from self-disguise, I rise from the ashes of the me I used to know. You know that I am a dreamer, and I would like you to see that I am dreaming a new reality.
Let's all twinkle, beloved Omashar, for that. You know, the lyrics on that song are so pertinent and important.
Yes, it is. It's interesting because I wrote that song actually in Norway, and sorry, Norway, you lost the game with England today. Anyway, haha. But it was in the deepest, darkest part of winter where they have like about 5 hours light of the day, and the song just came in a flash. And it was written and not transcribed and recorded and all that, but written within 2 hours, the whole song. And that doesn't always happen, but something, as I'm sure Leslie will know, is that things just sometimes download and they're there. You just have to unravel them, polish them up, and present them. So thank you for that acknowledgement, Scott.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And thank you for jumping in. Omashar saves my bacon many, many times.
Well, actually, it's tempeh, I think.
My tempeh. No, thank you so much. I really appreciate it because halfway through, I would have gone, I've got to go to Omashar. So anyway,
Takes a village, brother. Here we are.
and honestly, I'm just so excited to hear what this woman has to offer. She was so enjoyable in the green room. So Barbara introduces Leslie, take two.
Amazing. Well, first of all, save my tempeh. That's amazing. And second of all, Omashar, I want to acknowledge that little like rock and roll part in the middle of the song. You were just really rocking it. It was great.
It is amazing because it was actually recorded in Norway, written in Norway, and recorded in Norway. And my recording engineer just happened to know all these amazing musicians, and he is a very famous Norwegian guitarist.
Wow.
Who I just said, "Can you play this in this style?" And he went, "Here you go." And like half an hour later, he banged out that beautiful rock solo. So
Amazing.
yes,
It was
yeah.
surprising and delightful.
Thank you.
So thank you. And speaking of surprising and delightful, it is the perfect way to start the introduction for Leslie Zerman, who I'm so excited to get to know more about your work, to get to know you on a personal level as well, and to begin really working with you with Soul Search, because you are much needed and a tonic for this world right now. Leslie Zerman is the founder and facilitator of the Divine Harmonic, a transmission of source energy that embodies the essence of oneness, harmony, and balance. Through her ability to channel higher dimensional beings, including the golden ones overseen by the Elohim, Leslie serves as a conduit for divine harmonics, bringing these frequencies to Earth, including messages and guided meditations from these beings. With decades of experience in frequency and transmission, Leslie has been sharing the divine harmonic for, I think it's over 4 years now.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Offering individual and group sessions online and in person, which would be absolutely amazing. She has an upcoming podcast. And when is the launch of that? The Only Way Out is imminent.
Yes, the only way out is in next week. At the end of the week, it'll be launching. Yeah.
That's amazing. Just in time for her presence at our next Soul Search Expo next weekend in Mount Shasta. We're so excited to have you there. And then beginning in mid-August, Leslie will offer bi-weekly group transmissions and a deeper monthly immersion comprised of 3 session programs. And without further ado, I'm so excited to let your magic unfold here with us tonight, Leslie.
Thank you so much, Barbara. It's delightful to be here with you all. And I really appreciate the high vibe music entry to tonight. It really set the stage. So thank you, Omashar. Just to kind of dive in about the Divine Harmonic, Barbara had mentioned, I had been working with frequency for a couple decades in experiencing guided meditations and different ceremonies. And I was guided to move to Mount Shasta about 4.5 years ago. And I was with a friend of mine doing something called CAP, Kundalini Activation Process. And I looked over at her and I said, I think I'm going to take a nap. And she's like, take a nap. I said, I'm tired. And when I closed my eyes, all of a sudden this golden orb came to me and I said, what are you? And it said, I'm the heart of creation. and it kind of merged with me. And I started moving my hands, and I was like, what am I doing? And the energy started speaking to me and said, you're an orchestrator of the sound of creation that has no sound at all. And I said, why are you making me an orchestrator of no sound at all? But when we do raise our frequency, we actually can hear the angels sing. We can hear the void or the quantum field. So for me, that experience was, it totally changed my trajectory, because I was wondering, what is it that I'm going to bring forward to humanity? And kind of like tick-tock, what's happening? And the moment that I relaxed and had no expectation that anything was going to happen, it did. And it's been unfolding quite miraculously over the last 4 years. As I continue to raise my own frequency, the divine harmonic moved from transmissions to channelings as well. And so I bring through a group of beings called the Golden Ones, and they actually are beings from different collectives throughout our universe who comprise a council, come together and create a council that oversee the divine harmonics of the universe. And those energies, those frequencies of balance and harmony are looking to anchor on the earth now. So it's interesting. Everything happens in the perfect timing, right? When humanity is ready, the gifts come forward. At least that's my experience. So this is overseen by the Elohim, and they imbue their frequencies in all of the transmissions. And there are other higher dimensional beings that come through as well. The last series I did, the frequencies of devotion, Jesus came through and guided the meditation and took us through devotional experiences. So I never really know or ask. I just open the doorway and see what happens. So the Golden Ones have been whispering in my ear for the last 10, 15 minutes. So I'm happy to go ahead and bring them through and see what they have to share with us tonight. Okay? We are with you. And yes, we have been with you, nudging Leslie ever so slightly to allow us to speak. First, we would like to address all of you who are here, because know it well, we know you. And if you can take a moment, each of us, to drop from our minds down into our bodies, into our hearts, and feel the frequencies behind the words that are coming through. We would like to talk about frequency and how the frequencies that we bring through, these golden frequencies of liberation that assist each of us in relaxing our nervous system, regulating ourselves, because only when the nervous system is in balance can the limitations, the programs and patterns that humans have surface and release. So we bring these higher frequencies that we say are associated with liberation, because what is just beyond these programs and patterns is freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from all that we, I, you, we are one. Collect from the time we are in the womb. These are gifts. These happen for us, not to us. for our own healing and evolution. So when we allow ourselves to relax and receive these higher frequencies, slowly, slowly, one by one, and in rare cases, one fell swoop, but that doesn't happen often. These programs and patterns can release. And as they do, the source light that you all are can be anchored in a new way into the body. And in that anchoring, what we call the sediment at the bottom of the river can be uplifted. Anything that can't exist in this amount of light that is seeking you, as those who are seeking, that which you are seeking is seeking you too. So please know that, dear ones, beautiful humans. Embodiment can occur. And then states of non-attachment, which we see as your freedom, occur. Imagine feeling things and allowing them just to flow through. Nothing gripping anywhere anymore. Moving into flow states where more love, more joy, more compassion exists. So if we could take a moment and radiate to you, each of you, these frequencies that we are speaking about, which have been coming through the words as well. Feel us. We are here to assist you. And through each of you, anchor the divine harmonics of the universe and bring your beautiful blue pearl into her exalted state. And take her rightful place in our galactic world. And we say we mean you, I, we, because we bring through the frequency of oneness, what you may know as unity consciousness. We have so much more to say, but we know our time is limited tonight. But please know that we're always with you, and all it takes is for you to call upon us. We don't have to drive anywhere. We can be with you in just a moment. So we want to thank each of you for your presence and your contribution to humanity's awakening. We bless you, we honor you, and we will be with you again very soon.
Oh, thank you so much, Leslie. That was beautiful, really beautiful. Yeah. You know, it would be a great idea for some of you watching to make a little pilgrimage to Mount Shasta because there's going to be a really wonderful Soul Search Enlightenment Expo happening there in 2 weeks.
Next weekend.
Next weekend.
No, I'm sorry, 2 weekends. Sorry.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Sorry. Too many expos all at once.
That's all right. Um, yeah, so it's going to be happening. It's 2 days, July 25th and 26th. And of course, Leslie will be there because she lives in Mount Shasta, a wonderful place to be. And to learn more, of course, go to soulsearch.io and then just click on the Enlightenment Expos, and you can see all the different people that are going to be there. And a lot of the people that have been on this show are going to be there. Moon, who also is, I don't know how to pronounce her non-moon name, but she does wonderful spontaneous healing. Lee Osborne, Donna Hartley, they've all been on the show. There's Leslie. She's going to be speaking on the 25th at 2 p.m. So it's going to be a wonderful place to be. We love Dennis. We love Dennis Shiwasoka. So it's cool that he's going to be there. Onya, all of our friends are going to be there. Gosh, that's the place to be. So
Really will be the place to be in the magic of Mount Shasta. How can it get any better than that?
absolutely. And for those of you who are really touched by Leslie's beautiful offering, again, her website is thedivineharmonic.com. The Divine Harmonic. And of course, you can book a session. Leslie, tell us a little bit about your sessions. When you're working with a client, is there a particular demographic group you like to work with, and what might take place in a session with you?
Uh, it's really for anyone who would like to experience a different lived experience of being human, really, or people who would like to relieve themselves from their suffering. These frequencies can help us heal physically, mentally, emotionally, and really get to the root of programs, patterns, limitations. So what happens is I go into channel, I turn music on, people are just welcome to relax and receive, and there's really nothing to do. I'll take them into a guided transmission, and then we gently come out the other side. There's some time to do some sharing and reflection as well. And people have all sorts of experiences. A lot of people see the golden ones. They mention beautiful, tall, golden beings standing around them. And it really depends on who the person is. Sometimes their guides will come through. Sometimes other higher dimensional beings will come through based on who their connections are. So it's exciting because we never really know what's going to happen.
Wow. Can you share just one story of maybe one of the clients who worked with you? And it's always fun to hear a beginning, middle, and end story. Somebody who came to you and had an experience that was transformational for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Within what I do group sessions. So they're usually, I started off doing 6 series sessions, but we're getting so much in the 6 series, we whittled them down to 3, and that was sufficient for each theme that's brought through. So last time it was the frequencies of devotion, and even in the group settings, I mean, one-on-one sessions are great when people want to do a deeper dive personally, but also being in the collective field and what everyone personally brings to the experience is really a beautiful collaboration. My last series was the frequencies of devotion, and we worked with the painting The Last Supper, which I was guided to be with 5 different times while I was in Milan recently, and had some exalted experiences myself. And those beings were looking to bring us those frequencies of devotion. So from the beginning to the end, one person we'll talk about an individual experience. She actually came in not even knowing what the feeling of devotion was, which most of us don't do until we are guided to connect with it. And she went so deep, had past life experiences that brought her into a state of embodying that devotion and really nourishing that seed of devotion inside. And over the following 2 sessions, that bloomed, and she had awarenesses of her experiences with Jesus at the Last Supper. I mean, it was such a rich experience for her. And I feel like it's different for each of us, because it's how much are we willing to relax, receive, and open up to the possibilities of who we each are. So I feel like that's infinite, because we're infinite beings. So the potential is really boundless.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. So one more time, everybody, I just want to remind you that you can find her at thedivineharmonic.com. Just click book a session, or you can click contact me, and that's where you can sign up for her email address or email list, which is what I'm doing right now. And oh, well, I have to say something. I'm going to say hi. There we go. So, thank you, Leslie. What a joy to meet you. I hope you can stick around and see some of our other presenters, because we've got a really fun show. And thank you for being with us, and God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Look
you
forward
so
to
much.
meeting you in person.
Likewise.
I
Thank
want, Barbara, before we go to Reverend Dr. Megan,
Yes.
I want to make 2 quick announcements. In my enthusiasm, I forgot to mention that Desiree is with us. Now, some of you have seen her, but Desiree is back.
Yeah.
And she's actually going to do a full presentation tonight, in addition to doing Pure Time with DR. So I just wanted to welcome Desiree back, because we love you very much, Desiree, and we've missed you. Yeah. And I periodically might, if she's, doing her magic, I might periodically bring her up. Also, we have a birthday. And I definitely want to ask Carol Craig if there's any chance she can turn her camera on. That would be great. If not, at least raise your hand, because we've got multiple Carols here. It's Carol Craig's birthday.
Craig,
And,
happy birthday.
and we love Carol Craig. She's one of our favorites. And our gal from Ecuador has something special for her. So, um, Carol, can you unmute and join us for a moment? Are you with us, Carol?
I don't see her, Scott.
Oh my gosh, she's always here.
No,
How could she?
Serena has something really
There's
special.
Dorina has something for her. Yeah. All right. Well, do me a favor, DR. If you notice that Carol comes in, please let me know. And with no further ado, I'm going to turn back you to Barbara, because I can't wait to meet Reverend Dr. Megan.
I know this night just keeps getting better and better. All of these amazing people who I really can't wait to get to know better and really do a deep dive into their incredibly impactful and important work. Oh, my light keeps going. There's lots of energy going on. My light keeps going on and off in here. It's really welcome in all the beings who are here playing with my lights. I am so honored to introduce to you all Reverend Dr. Megan Wagner. Hello, there you are. It's so good to see you.
Thank you.
Dr. Wagner is here with us from our Palo Alto Expo. So after you experience her wonder and magic and blessings tonight, make a run for Palo Alto, and she will be there tomorrow all day, gracing and blessing all of our attendees. So happy to have, I wish I were there to be with you, but so happy to have you there. Reverend Dr. Wagner is a therapist, spiritual guide, author, astrologer, visionary artist, and international retreat leader. In other words, she is not busy at all. She blends modern psychology with timeless spiritual wisdom to inspire profound healing and personal mastery. Through her teachings, transformational programs, sacred journeys, and her 33 sacred robes, which I cannot wait to hear more about, she empowers people to awaken their true purpose and live with greater joy, greater freedom, and authenticity. Dr. Wagner's, this is the part I'm truly excited about. Dr. Wagner's upcoming new show for Soul Search TV will go into production soon, I hope, and will be available on our channel next year. And you and I will be working together to bring that to life, and I can't wait. And so without further ado, I'm going to let her take center stage here and bless us with all of her wisdom tonight.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Leslie, for that beautiful channel. That was, I really feel actually quite open and high vibration. So thank you so much for that. That was wonderful. Yeah, so I'm so glad to be here. I'm brand new to this whole community, and I can already feel like everybody feels like a family. So I'm really excited about that. So thank you. Yeah, so just a little bit about my story. When I was 12 years old, I was not on a spiritual search necessarily. I was kind of more of a nature mystic and loved being outdoors and climbing and traveling. And I had a profound spiritual experience. I was actually raised Jewish and went with my girlfriends actually to the local church, and there was this charismatic preacher. I had absolutely no idea who this Jesus person was. And I went up for an altar call and I had this amazing experience of Yeshua. So for me as a Jewish woman, Jesus is Yeshua. And so I had this incredibly interesting experience where I was blending, I've spent my whole life blending the Jewish tradition with the Christian tradition. And now uh, that whole thing led me to train as a therapist, and then it led me to move to London. And in London, I found my master teacher, my master Kabbalah teacher. And I spent 10 years in London studying Tree of Life and Kabbalah with him. And it was a perfect blending for me of the teachings of Yeshua, the Tree of Life, which made perfect sense to me as a Jewish woman. And it was a beautiful model of psychospiritual healing. And so I'm so passionate about bringing to the spiritual teachings that I do, bringing a really solid Jungian psychology. And so what I wanted to talk with everyone tonight about is the Tree of Life, but to really simplify it the way I do for my clients. And what I like to do is talk about the Tree of Life within all of us, having what I call a true north. And so I teach True North as a really simple way to teach this very sophisticated Tree of Life. If any of you have studied Kabbalah or tried to study it, it's actually a really sophisticated system. And sometimes it gets really heady and really intellectual and really boring as far as I'm concerned. And so I think it's really important to teach it in a very embodied way. So my passion is to simplify the Tree of Life teachings, and I'll just simplify it for you tonight and also do some meditation so you can really feel your inner tree. So it's based on the fact that the Tree of Life has roots, trunk, and branches that correspond to body, psyche, and spirit. And what I like to do is talk about True North as your central pillar of consciousness. So I invite you right now to feel your spine. The spine is your awakened tree of life. And from the base of your spine, we imagine the roots going down into the earth and really connecting and being grounded and present. And then we bring the energy up through the root system, just gently spiraling it up to the solar plexus and heart. And that is the trunk of your tree, which is very different than the roots of your tree. So the trunk of your tree is your true self and what you make of your life. And then we bring the energy up into the branches of the tree, which are our upper centers, third eye and crown. And so when you bring the energy up into your branches, of course, you have a much wider, broader perspective of your life. And what is very important, and I'm sure many of you can relate to this, but as people awaken their upper centers and really open the portal to multidimensional reality, oftentimes they forget to stay grounded. And so the Tree of Life teachings are really helpful in staying grounded, rooted, and then also heart-centered in your trunk. And then we open up to the branches. So the True North is, if you can imagine that your spine is like an inner compass needle. So feel that, an inner compass needle that is pointing up to your true north. And your true north, you could imagine as your home planet, your home star. You could even imagine it as your higher self in the stars. And then we bring down that energy down into the body through the spine. And I teach people how to keep their inner compass needle pointing up to their true north. Because what often happens is our inner compass needle starts to point out. And when it starts to point out, we start to wobble our inner compass needle, and then we're no longer actually calibrated to our higher self. And so I teach a very simple process of feeling your roots in your belly. So you might want to just touch your belly right now. That's the root system. And then you can touch your heart. That's your trunk. And then your third eye crown. That's the branches of your tree. And from a psychological perspective, it's very helpful to imagine that in your belly, in the roots, is your inner child. Your inner child that you want to be happy and healthy and bring joy to your journey of life. So many people, me included, had to do a lot of work on healing my inner child. And so when I feel my belly and I do my True North practice, I'm checking in and I'm loving my inner child and making sure that she is safe and happy and playful. And then I move up my True North, move up my inner compass needle, and I activate my adult self. So we've got my inner child and then my adult self. And then moving up to the third eye crown, higher self. So I call it the little I, the big I, and the third eye. And those are the three main identities that we travel through life with: roots, trunk, and branches. And I can tell you that most people have to work on their little I not jumping up and grabbing what I call the captain's wheel, because your adult self you want your adult self to be steering your life and navigating through your life with the help of your higher self and your joyful inner child. But oftentimes what happens is we get triggered and our nervous system gets dysregulated. And I call it the little I grabbing the wheel. And so it's a very simple practice with True North to just take a breath when you get triggered, to love and feel your little I, your inner child in your belly, to come back to your adult self and to re-grab the wheel of your ship and to navigate from your adult self, and then to check in with your higher self so that you have a higher perspective on what's actually happening in the moment. And I can tell you that this shortcut I teach all my clients. I have a Tree of Life training that I do, and this is a basic teaching that I do with all of my Tree of Life students, all of my clients. And it really is such a shortcut, because many people have these big awakenings, but they may not be firmly grounded in the body and may not have healed all their inner child wounds. So it's a really, really easy way to keep balanced in your inner compass needle. So little I, big I, third eye. So the True North method is kind of the basics of what I teach, so that people stay centered and grounded. And then I have, as Barbara was saying, I've created 33 sacred robes that fit on the Tree of Life. And that's another way that I teach the tree, as the sacred geometry. But I wanted just to show you two of the robes that I have today, because I often use these particular spirit guides as my true north. So the two sacred robes I'm going to show you tonight are the sacred robes of Mary Magdalene and Yeshua. And they came to me about 6 years ago and they said, "We want you to animate us with your robes." So that's what I did. So let me start off with the Mary Magdalene robe. So this was the image that came to me for Mary Magdalene. She has a very, very fiery crown. And I'll just lift her up a little bit. She is holding a red veil of stars and she is feeding the earth. And there's the Tree of Life. And she has her DNA there that she is upgrading our DNA. So I often use this Mary Magdalene robe as a representative of my higher self. And it's really powerful to get into these robes and to do meditation and ritual. So I use her as one of my guiding stars for my true north. And then I'll show you the Yeshua robe.
Wow.
So this was the image that came to me for Yeshua there's a lot going on here with his wings and his third eye and his crystal. And I will lift it up and you can see he's got this sash of stars. He has a chakra staff and he is stirring up the galactic energies. And so I often use this Yeshua robe also as a guide to my higher self. So I would love to do a very gentle meditation. If you would like to come along with me, we're just going to activate our inner compass. I'll call in the Mary Magdalene Yeshua energies and we'll see how that feels for all of you. So I invite you to close your eyes and just take a few breaths up and down your spine. And imagine that this is your tree of life. And you can imagine roots growing down from the base of your spine. Imagine your spine as your inner compass needle as you bring the energy up. And allow that cord to go right up through the top of your head and imagine that it's pointing straight up at your true north. This could be your divine self, your home star. So feel your inner compass needle pointing straight up to your true north. And your true north is your higher self, your higher guidance, your heart's dream, your soul's dream for this lifetime. And on this inner compass, you want to keep it always pointing up. And feel your belly and imagine your inner child, your little I. Imagine your inner child healthy and happy, full of play and joy. And your inner child resides in the roots of your tree of life, helping you to ground and be present with yourself. And then gently move up your spine to your heart and call in your adult self, your true self in your heart center, your true heart that carries your dream, your soul's mission and purpose. And you carry that in your heart. So connect to that, your soul's dream. And then gently move up to the branches of your tree, up to your third eye and crown, and call in your higher self. The higher self that can climb into the branches of your tree and see your life from a much higher perspective. Feel your wise, divine self. And I call in the energies of Mary Magdalene and Yeshua to bring their light, their love, and their teachings on the tree of life. Profound and deep teachings that hopefully come through the transmission as you saw the beings on the robe. Those beautiful beings are coming through bringing the higher frequencies that are upgrading our DNA. So as you breathe up and down your spine, open to these more expansive, loving energies. Breathe them into your system. They are bathing our trees of life with light and love and a coherent field of energy. So breathe that in. We're meant to thrive, to feel whole, and to end our suffering so that we can be of deep service at this time of ascension. So feel your full tree of life, roots, trunk, and branches, circulating this beautiful light. And as you keep your inner compass needle focused up to your true north, feel the blessing of your tree of life as you breathe and grow the beautiful fruits on your tree. So take a few deep breaths and bring all of this energy right down back into your heart, back into the present moment now. And gently, when you're ready, opening your eyes.
Mhm. That was beautiful, Megan. I want to ask our audience members to pop in the chat box what you might have experienced, anything you'd like me to reflect, and I'll read some comments. And I want to share with you a couple things, Megan. Uh, we do a lot of programs on the show around Mary Magdalene, um, including coming right up is going to be our annual. We do this every year. We've been doing this show for 6 years now. Um, the Mary Magdalene Feast Day, and that's coming up on Wednesday, July 22nd. And we've got several people that are pretty significant scholars around Mary Magdalene. Um, and so if you're available, you may want to come onto that show. And if you do come onto that show, I would love for you to share your beautiful Mary Magdalene robe.
Thank you.
I have a theory that I believe that Mary Magdalene and Yeshua were equal partners,
Yes.
and that they both were of equal importance to humanity. But
Yes.
because we've been living in such a male-dominated society that even the people who rewrote the Bible turned her into a prostitute, for heaven's sakes, um, that now that finally we are honoring the divine feminine, finally the old patriarchy is going out the door, thank
Yeah.
God. Um, Now the rise of Mary Magdalene, because so many people are channeling her, experiencing her. And I think that when our planet is back in balance, there will be an equal number of Mary Magdalene sightings, experiences,
Yeah.
worshipings as there have been and are for Yeshua.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, for sure. I mean, just balancing our inner tree means that we are balancing our masculine and feminine. So all the work we're all doing on the inner sacred marriage is very powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's a lot of wonderful comments coming in from the chat box. Um, People are saying beautiful, full alignment with higher self, conscious equal partnership. Susan Bloomquist writes, between these first two presentations, I've enjoyed some profound peace and golden light. Celeste writes, that was lovely. Thank you. Beautiful, Megan. And on it goes.
Thank
So
you.
definitely make sure you check out the chat box. And as always, I want to let people know how you can reach Megan. Of course, you can reach Megan and all the presenters that are part of Soul Search by going to Soul Search, and you'll find them there. And she also has her website, and it's very easy to remember it. It's her name, meganwagner.com. meganwagner.com. And You can, if you sign up in the little gray box here, you will get a free gift, a Chance CD. And what's the 33-day spiritual challenge?
That is going through my 33 robes, and once a day for 33 days, you get a challenge of embodying each of those spirit guides over 33 days.
Wow.
Wow.
That sounds very cool. So again, if you go to her website, I'm going to show it one more time, just make sure everybody knows how to do this. I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it for sure.
Yeah, meganwagner.com. Just put in your name, put in your email address, like I just did, and register. And I'm looking forward to receiving the 33-day challenge. Thank you so
Right,
much.
right
And there
on.
it is. I can download it right there. So
That's
easy peasy.
Yeah.
Did you
Um,
download that to
Yeah, in actually in 2012, I had already been making my sacred robes, but suddenly in 2012, right when the Ascension window opened, I downloaded 33 guides. They just dropped in, and I started sketching and then started making all 33. It took me 20 years to make all of the robes. And then now I have an Oracle deck, and you can really play with all the images now.
That's amazing. All I could say was, I even said it in the chat, wow, just wow. I really didn't have words. All I had was emotion and gratitude.
mm. Megan, thank you so much. What a pleasure to meet you. I hope you'll stick around. We've got a lot that's still going to take place tonight. And I look forward to hopefully you'll come back onto the show another time.
Can't
Thank you
wait to
both
work
so
with
much.
you on your show. It's going to be,
Okay.
okay, you got a little taste of Megan tonight, everyone. I know you can't wait for her TV show now on Soul Surge TV.
Great. Thank you so much. Honored.
Megan.
Thank you. Well, Barbara, we've got a couple of important announcements that I want to make. For those of you in the Santa Cruz area, um, there's a wonderful film. I actually saw it when I was in Sedona. I went to a screening with our friends JJ and Desiree Hertok, who are part of this film. But for those of you in or near Santa Cruz, there's going to be a special screening of the film with the filmmaker will be there, and also Bruce Lipton, who's part of it, will be there. And this is going to be next Wednesday, July 22nd. All right, you're allowed to play hooky from the Awakening World just that one night if you go to Santa Cruz to see Frequency, the Secret of Everything. And we'll put in the chat box the information on how to get there. For all of you watching on Facebook or YouTube, if you just Google Frequency Santa Cruz July 22nd, it'll pop up and you'll find probably this website and you'll be able to get tickets. Um, and a lot of our friends are in this film. Greg Braden is in it. I was just with Greg. Omashar and I were with Greg a couple of weeks ago when we were in Santa Fe. And so it's a very powerful film. I really enjoyed seeing it in Sedona. So there's that. Um, I also want to invite those of you on Facebook and YouTube to join the Global Peace Tribe. We do these shows twice a week, always every Wednesday and Saturday, 6 o'clock Pacific time. And then about once a month, we'll do a Sacred Sunday show. We're even going to do Tatiana's online wedding. That's coming up in August. That's going to be a special event that we're going to do. So we do special events as well. And it's really easy. Just go to globalpeacetribe.com, globalpeacetribe.com, and if you click register for the new season, and you verify that you're human, that'll take you to our registration page. And it's really easy. And once you register, you'll get all of the Zoom Room links to all of our shows for the next 3 months. We just started our summer season on July 1st. So now is a great time to join and get the links and come to our shows for the next 3 months. And I hope you will join us. We have a beautiful community, and we've all grown very close to each other, and you'll make new friends, and you'll learn a lot, and you'll be inspired. And there's a lot of crappy crap going on in the mainstream news. We're the place to go to get inspiration as well as information about the positive news of how we really are on a planet that's awakening, humankind is awakening, and that's a lot more, it's just a lot better to be in the vibration and the awareness of that than what most of the mainstream news has to offer. So please come join us. All right. I'm not going to forget this time. It's time for our mid-show break and beloved Omar Shar with his second song.
I am you, though we seem to come from different skies. And what is true is a love that shines right through your eyes. Yes, we are here and now, and it's time to leave the past behind. So take me by the hands, let us walk across this sacred land. I am you, though we seem to come from different skies. And what is true is a love that shines right through your eyes. I'll sail away with you across the universe. We'll fly on eagle's wings, and you know we'll cry with gratitude. Remember, you're always divinely connected. Our spirits, our bodies are being resurrected. The love in your hearts will lift you up, and I'll come along and fill your cup. I am you, though we seem to come from different skies. And what is true is a love that shines right through your eyes. 1,000 sunny days describes the joy I feel. I'd walk 1,000,000 miles, 'cause you know we'll see the truth revealed. Remember, you're always divinely connected. Our spirits, our bodies are being resurrected. The love in your hearts will lift you up, and I'll come along and fill your cup. I am you, though we seem to come from different skies. And what is true is a love that shines right through your eyes. Here we go.
I love that song. Thank you so much, beautiful, beloved brother.
Kind of the Soul Search song.
Yeah, it is kind of a Soul Search theme song.
Because it was created just before the one of our Global Peace Tribe retreats, and of course Tangela was there rocking her, shaking her booty, and so that's why I align it with Soul Search so much. Yeah.
It's such a joy when we get to be with you live for your songs. Almost sure did a concert in Santa Fe for the Enlightened Leaders Circle that we were at. And it's so special, these songs that we get to hear all the time, but when you get to hear it with the sound system and when you're with friends dancing, it's really, really special. So I look forward to hopefully everyone watching, and especially our close tribe, that the time will come where we're all together again, listening to you play these beautiful songs live in concert.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Barbara, I think you have a new friend to introduce.
Yes, I do. And I just want to say, whenever I hear that song, I'm always so happy. I'm just so happy and so much gratitude, really. And I also just want to quickly circle back to Scott's announcements when he was talking about everything that's happening with the Global Peace Tribe, for now a wedding online. And I just want to remind everybody watching this that none of this would be possible without the immense love and dedication and commitment and talent of our beautiful Scott. And my gratitude knows no bounds. And I know I speak for everyone here. I love you. I'm so grateful for you. And God bless you for all you do.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. I love you too. And I love this show and I love our community. So it's a blessing. And if you're gonna give me juice, we got to bring Omashar up because honestly, it's both of us. I could not do this show without Omashar. I would have let it go a long time ago. But Omashar brings so much good energy and so much love. So
It takes a village, and the momentum that has happened with this show and with Soul Search and all of the other Unity Earth and all of that, it's just this big kind of inner revolution. And as Leslie was saying earlier, it's an inside job. And it really is. And, there's many, many times when we could have given up because it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of work. However, the work pays off because it starts dripping out into your own personal life. And I just love joining in 2-3 times a week. I just feel enlivened. Even if I'm having a bummer of a day, 10 minutes into the show, it's like all gone. And my heart is open. My mind is open. I'm feeling connected to Source and to all of our beloved friends online here. So thank you so much.
That
yeah,
ripple effect of love. And so much gratitude to both of you.
thank you, Barbara. Thank you. All right, I think we're gonna meet Mr. Winters.
Yes. Where is he here?
He is here. I did see him. We have had a David Winters sighting, and I'm going to bring him on board. Here he is.
Yay,
And here I am.
Hi, David. How are you?
Good. Can
I'm
you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
So happy. And speaking of
I
gratitude,
know.
so grateful to
That
have you.
music just blew me away.
Right.
Like, I'm
Yes.
just so happy right now.
Yes.
And also, when Megan talked about this awakening of the divine feminine with Mary Magdalene, I think what I'm going to be talking about is dragons, is that's going to align very nicely with what she is all about. And this whole idea of the divine feminine rising and has risen. We're already there, at least on the other side of the veil. And so now we just got to bring it together here.
That's amazing. I can't wait. I'm going to let everybody know exactly who you are and the magic you bring to this world, and then you can take it away.
Thank you.
Have David Winters, PhD, with us today. He is the Unicorn Psychic. In the 2000s, David spent the decade in Ashland, Oregon, raising his daughter and working in the corporate world as a PhD scientist. In 2014, one of his most beloved spiritual teachers, Malidoma Somé, proclaimed him seer of the unseen. From this spiritual revelation, David began traveling to the ancient lands of Ireland, Scotland, and England to reconnect with his ancient soul. And now, after a 2-year nomadic hiatus, David has returned to the West Coast, to the US and to the West Coast. We're blessed to have him on the West Coast to share his life experiences and the magical world he inhabits beyond the veil. This comes in the form of rituals and ceremonies designed to inform, transform, and delight. He also provides insightful, intuitive readings and sincere, light-filled, channeled messages to all who have the courage and curiosity to want to know more about who they are, the world they live in, and the path that is calling them. And again, David is coming to us from our Palo Alto Soul Search Expo happening this weekend. So as you bask in the magic and bliss of all of this, David, run, don't walk to the Palo Alto Soul Search Enlightenment Expo and spend the day tomorrow basking in the bliss of David Winters. David, take it away.
Okay, thank you so much. And I am so grateful to be here with all of you. And I'm so impressed with this whole broadcast. It's just amazing. So today, in this short time, I want to talk about dragons. I want to talk about why they are rising up now. I want to talk about their connection to the divine feminine and how someone can connect with them, their own personal dragon, and share some personal stories I have. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because of my own personal experiences with dragons. And after that, questions, or I can just do a little meditation to see if people want to connect with their dragon. So what I'm going to talk about are what are dragons? Because about 6 years ago, when COVID hit, I was in the Bay Area, and I got a message like within a couple of days to leave the Bay Area. I didn't have a home. I was on my own. I was free from my job. I was just newly retired, basically. And I drove to Sedona. And that is where I connected with a dragon, an earth dragon. And it's actually up on Thunder Mountain in Sedona. When you're in West Sedona, you look to the north, there's this big hump, and it's the hump of the dragon. And I had a friend who rented a studio to me who said, the main thing I connect with in Sedona is the dragon. And I'm like, what? What's a dragon? What's going on? So I was kind of initiated into the idea that there are dragons on the earth, and what they do and what dragons do, and they are in another dimension, and they are real, is that they are earth protectors. They are on the earth to help balance the earth energies, balance weather patterns. They are also here as spirit guides and friends to humanity. And what happened? Why haven't we been feeling their energy for a long time? Well, we lost that connection during the time of the sinking of Atlantis. And so that was over 10,000 years ago. And also knowing that there are energies and there are controlling energies, I would call them, on the earth that really didn't want us to keep connected with dragons. And so the dragons were blocked, their energy was oppressed. But that's changing now. And we've had, since prehistoric times, humanity has had relations with dragons. And it was a beneficial interaction. It's a beneficial relationship. Kind of like, I was thinking about it today, it's kind of like having a pet dog. What does a pet dog do for people? A pet dog can be a protector. It can be a friend, a companion. it can be something that creates joy in our lives. And that's how I see dragons are. When I first connected to the first dragon I connected to in Sedona at Thunder Mountain, I climbed up a mesa like 20 feet high, and it's a flat top mesa that was about the size of a large house. And I'm just staring at the mountain. I'm going, oh my God, the dragon is here. And I just started crying, number one. But secondly, I started singing love songs to her. And I would go up there when I was in Sedona at that point during COVID for about 6 weeks. I was going to the grocery store, getting flowers and going up onto the mesa and putting them on the ground as an offering to her. And that was my first connection with dragons. Subsequently, I was on a journey across the country, which ended in Memphis, Tennessee. And on the way, I was connecting with dragons. And what were these dragons up to? The dragons weren't really up to much because they've been blocked and oppressed. And so part of the reason I feel that the earth has not been in balance is the dragon energy has not been awakened, or had not been. It is awakening now. But I was connecting with dragon energy, dragon spirits on the way to Memphis, Tennessee. I was in New Mexico, I was in Oklahoma, Arkansas, and this was a really beautiful thing for me, because I realized, looking back at that time, which was 6 years ago, that why are we seeing things about dragons now? We've seen, for example, in the public arena of media and entertainment, you have things like Game of Thrones. If people know about the Game of Thrones, it's like there's this woman leader who raised a dragon called Drogon, and her name was Daenerys Targaryen. And the dragon helped her stay in power, and helped a divine feminine person stay in power and be protected by an energy that is a dragon against tyrannical patriarchal energy. And the dragons are an entity that connects to the divine feminine. The dragons actually have a maternal nature, in my view. They're nurturing, they're empowering, and they're about creation. They are stabilizing, they're balancing. And I see dragon energy rising as women in the world are using their voices to call out the patriarchy. It goes hand in hand. So we see things like the feminist movement from the 60s and 70s, all the way up to the Me Too movement. And then the latest outing of the patriarchy being the Epstein files. Women are using their voices to call out what is true and being empowered. And it's not easy, right? It's not easy at all. But I see the rise of the dragon spirit energy aligned with those movements. So what I want to talk about now is a personal story. Well, I also want to say that what dragons are not, they are not evil and they are not harmful. Dragons are here for the benefit of Mother Earth and humanity. So what I want to do is tell you, as briefly as I can, the story of how I connected with my own personal dragon. And this came years after I realized there was a dragon in Sedona and other places on the earth. And those are earth dragons, and they're there they work with the earth's chakra system to keep it in balance. Now, like I said, they haven't been very active because they've been blocked. Just like we know that certain ley lines on the earth have been blocked. And that's to prevent the empowerment of individuals and humanity to keep us in control. But my experience as with personal dragons goes like this. And this happened this year. So this is very new. So I had been nomadic for 2 years and decided to move back to Oregon. And that was a year ago. And there was a place in Oregon that I knew I was to live. And the only reason I knew that I was to live there was I could see this blue energy in this one little area in Southern Oregon. And I couldn't really understand what the blue energy was. What is this? So I decided and knew intuitively that I was to live in that blue energy. Didn't know what the blue was, but knew it was very positive energy for me. And I waited 6 months to live there. I did some temporary living arrangements until then. And then one day someone said, someone I hadn't seen in months showed up in my life at a grocery store, and they said, you really need to look for this place now. The next morning I look and there was a cottage right at the location that I saw was where the blue energy was. And I knew that that was for me. And I went through the process of renting that cottage and was able to rent it and moved in the end of September of last year. And within 2 days of the second night, I had a dream. The dream was that I was outside of the house, of the cottage, and there was a dragon under a tree. The dragon was so bright blue, I could not even look at it. I had to turn away. In my dream, I was turning away from it because it had such powerful energy and brilliance. And behind me was a man, and he said to me, as I turned away, I faced him, and he said, no, you turn back, that's your dragon. You turn back to that dragon. So I turned back to the dragon, and then I woke up from the dream, and I really didn't know what it was. Fast forward 6 months later, I'm in Joshua Tree doing some events, doing some things. So I traveled to Southern California, feeling like, oh, I'm getting messages down here. And I was getting messages about the Philippines. I met a man from the Philippines. I had people on Facebook friending me from the Philippines. I had no idea why this Philippine energy or people were showing up in my life like one after another. A man walks by me with a t-shirt that says Philippines on it. I knew I was getting a message, a synchronicity from spirit that, hey, you need to pay attention to this. So I ended up going back to my house in Oregon, where the blue energy is, where the blue dragon is. And I realized that the blue dragon is there in another dimension, and it's from the Philippines. And what was going on in the Philippines? The Philippines has an overlay of energy of the colonization of the Philippines from Europeans, right? And that colonization oppressed any ancient energies, especially feminine energies. They were blocked. They've been blocked for centuries. And what I realized was, on the property that I was living, there was a portal of energy to the Philippines. The dragon came through the portal to escape the oppressive energy in the Philippines. Not only that, there was a divine feminine goddess energy under the earth on an island in the Philippines called Samar, and she was being blocked as well. So the message I got was, hey, this goddess energy needs to come out now. This is the divine feminine rising time. All right. I made an altar outside for this goddess, and I saw her name was Isabella, but not Isabella like the colonial name, but an ancient name, Isabella. that has a Z in it instead of an S. It's like Isabella. So I asked her to come. She's welcome to come on this land and to be free. And I saw that she came, and I'm connected with them. I'm connected with them on a level that they're like embodying their energy now. And it's like the Three Musketeers, me, Isabella, and the dragon, who I call Isabella. And it's a blue dragon. And what does the blue dragon do? One of the things it does is it connects with your throat chakra energy. And what happened shortly thereafter, I started connecting with other dragons that represented the other chakras in my body. I now have this meditation where I call in all 7 of my dragons, and they, from my root all the way up above my crown, I have names for all of them, and they're all the colors of the chakras. So I understood that having the dragon, I'm going to talk about why it's important to have the dragons with you. And that
David,
is,
I just want to remind you that there is a limited amount of time.
oh yeah.
You know, and so we're getting close to the
Okay.
end of your time.
I
So
can finish up right now. Yeah, I have no problem with that. I just wanted to share my story, and so I've been doing events with people, small group events with people to tell them my story and tell them how to connect with their dragon. And the way I do that is I tell them there's 3 things that you have to do to connect with your dragon. One is it's divine timing. It's where you are in your life, where you are with your intuition to actually see what's happening for you. The second thing is it's belief. So if you are open that dragons exist, if you do believe in dragons, you have a really it opens the door for dragons to come into your life. If you don't believe, you probably won't see them because you don't think they exist. And the third thing is, once the divine timing is there, the opportunity will show up, and you will connect with your dragon when the opportunity arises. So when I gave this talk at the Scottsdale Soul Search Expo. I had 2 women in the audience who had their own personal dragon stories. They talked about their color, they talked about their personality. It was really beautiful to witness that. So that is everything I have, except I just want to say one thing. I do readings from my website, theunicornpsychic.com. If you go to experiences, I do a 1-hour reading for you to connect with your personal dragon. I'm doing a discount on that reading for this show only tonight. I just want to say there's a code that you can use in checkout to get a 20% discount, and it's Dragon 111. So if people go to that, they can get a 20% off of a reading about their dragons.
Great, thank you. And that's his website, which is davidwinters.co. Notice it's .co, not .com. davidwinters.co, and that's where you can learn more about David. And thank you, David, for sharing with us all about your experience with dragons.
Thank you.
Hopefully it'll inspire some of our audience members to connect to their dragons. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. We have so much more still ahead of us. We've got, of course, Desiree coming up, Eric Roth coming up. But next, I believe you're going to introduce us to a new friend, Camille Conti.
Yes, Camille Conti, who again, I can't wait to connect with. This is so exciting. I'm just so grateful to have all of this amazing energy here tonight, and Camille is no exception. I am so proud to introduce her. Camille Conti is a dynamic TV show host, a traumatic life healing psychic medium hypnotist, a spiritual advisor, and executive consultant, and she is known as New York's Divine Channel. Want to hear more about that? As the CEO of the Academy of Divine Rich CEO, did I get that right?
Yeah, yes, you did.
Empowers women of faith, love, and light to flourish in all areas of life, family, health, beauty, wealth, while living authentically and aligned with their divine calling. Camille invites conscious women CEOs, healers, coaches, authors, and creatives to join her global movement of women winning the world, walking in divine will with elegance and grace. Through her transformative 5-year program, Camille guides individuals to break through barriers, embrace their God-given potential, and co-create fulfilling legacies. Get ready to be inspired tonight and beyond as Camille shares channeled messages from Mother Mary, combining heartfelt passion with a mission to help others manifest their dreams and live fulfilling lives. And I'm really excited because Camille, well, first of all, she's coming to us as well from our Palo Alto Expo, a very popular expo. So again, run, don't walk to see Camille tomorrow, spend the day with her magic, bask in her bliss. But I'm super excited that you're soon going to be blessing our Soul Search family with a live, what's that? I know, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
A live reading show starting in August on Soul Search TV. Can't wait for that. Can't wait to talk one-on-one about that and all the other possibilities with Soul Search TV. But for tonight, let's unleash your magic and bless our audience with all you've got tonight.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Barbara, and thank you, Scott, for inviting me. I have been enjoying this so much, listening to everybody and the music and the energy and the vibration and the frequency of everyone in the room. I feel like I'm at the spa right now. The energy is amazing, and the reading and the healing show is going to be Tuesdays at 6 p.m. PST. The first Tuesday of August is our launch. And I'm so excited that Tangela and her amazing team welcomed us and invited us. My wife and I just relocated to Las Vegas, Nevada in March, actually on St. Patrick's Day, believe it or not, from the Finger Lakes region of New York. And I was born and raised in Buffalo, New York. So the channeling that I do with Mother Mary is my soul mission is to help, like many of you in the room, to raise the divine feminine energy on the planet to match up with the divine masculine, to balance things out and bring absolute health and happiness and love and light to the world. And believe it or not, some of you might, Barbara, I want you to imagine why Mother Mary would move me from Niagara Falls, New York, is where I lived almost my entire life, is known as the vagina of Mother Earth. Did you know that?
Did not. I can never unknow that now. That's amazing.
And I did not know that the whole time I was living there, but I knew that I was assigned there and I would do prayers over the waterways, knowing that it was helping to heal a lot of the different areas of the planet in that region. Yet, about 10 or 12 years ago, Mother Mary told me that she was going to be moving me to a place that had a lot of tall trees and not very much water, because I love the water. And lo and behold, last year she told me, some of you know Mother Mary and the Beloveds, they're here tonight. They call themselves the Beloveds when they come as a trio: Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and Mother Teresa. They like to hang out together. Some of you probably know this already. And they call themselves the Beloveds. And they said, Camille, we're moving you from the vagina of Mother Earth to closer to Venus. And the planet Venus, you can see the star right above my house in Las Vegas. She goes, now you're going to be working with planet Venus. And I love that Dr. Gray is here this weekend too, with Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. It's all connecting. And what I have been working on with my younger sister who passed away, her name is Eva Marie. She passed away 22 years ago. So I call her my baby sister. She died when she was 33 years old. And that is how my psychic medium gifts and abilities came in. And she was in an abusive relationship. She was in a domestic violence situation. My mother and I got together and we prayed that she would be freed of this domestic violence and that my niece would be freed of the abuse from her husband. And how she was freed was a surprise to all of us, that she passed away a few months later. And she then came into the car with me when I was driving down the road crying, missing her. And she said, "Camille, don't you let my early death be in vain. You are now going to be working to help other women to not be a statistic and die of domestic violence. You and I are going to be business partners, only I'm going to be the one that is on the other side in heaven." So some of you feel another woman who looks very much like me. Some of you, I know there are so many gifted people above and beyond in this room, and you might even see her. She was a little taller than me though. So she was 6 foot and I'm 5'8". So she's actually a bit, and very similar look. And together we began this journey when she passed 22 years ago. And then when I was looking for my future spouse, I was told, you're going to have your twin flame. And since you're in charge of helping to bring up the divine feminine energy, we're going to be sending you a wife. And I said, oh, okay. So you have to have, you're going to be backed up by a woman backed up by a woman, raising the divine feminine. And then you got your sister on the other side. So there's a trio, the three of us. So it's like, there's the trio of me, my wife, and my sister. And then there's the trio of Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and Mother Teresa. So if you're feeling 6 energies or more, that is what you're feeling. And the other thing about it that's funny is I'm a Gemini. You probably feel that energy. And my wife is a Gemini. And my dog, Harley, my canine daughter, is a Gemini. So there are 3 Geminis, women. And there's a reason why I'm sharing this with you, because of that charismatic, high vibration, high frequency of raising up the divine feminine energy on the planet. So in that introduction space of who am I? What am I doing here? That is me. I was born and raised in Buffalo, New York as a Roman, Sicilian, Italian woman. And so they found a Roman Catholic church and school for every grade. I went to grammar school, high school, college. Yet, as much as I love the Lord, it did not stop me from marrying a woman. You know what they did wrong? They made the girls sit on one side and the boys sit on the other side. And they said that the girls couldn't talk to the boys and the boys couldn't talk to the girls. There you go. And so I bring a little bit of humor and a free gift for all of you who are interested in either recommending to somebody who might be in a space, or you would love to see some of the what I do is a hybrid breakthrough healing session. And we're going to do one today in my little meditation time for the whole group. Is if you would like to come next weekend for a 3-day virtual retreat for conquering trauma and anxiety and stepping into abundance and prosperity. It's from 10 a.m. till 12 noon PST, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you can come for just 1 or 2 of the days, you're welcome. All you do is go to the homepage of my website, CamilleConti.com. There's no obligation. We will not even ask you for your credit card, and you will have access to go right into the membership site, watch the replays, be able to see what we're doing, get a document for the 12 steps to conquer trauma and anxiety, and step into abundance and prosperity. I channeled this all through Mother Mary and the Beloveds. And you will also get a hypnosis that I did that's about 10 minutes, and you can listen to that and pass it along to any friend or family member that you feel that would enjoy it, resonate, or need it. I offer this to you as a free gift because there was a time in my life, and I say this quickly, where I couldn't afford anything. This kind of work would have been outside of my ability if I had to pay for it. Thankfully, I'm not in that space now, but there was a time that I was a single mother with a special needs kid that was sick. And they told me that he would never go to college. He would never be able to hold down a job when he was 9 years old. Well, he's 26 years old now, achieving everything they told me he would never do and more, because I never told him. I never told him what they said. And I'm sure you've heard this before. And when he asked me why I have so many doctors, because we had 10 doctors, I said, oh, it's normal. Everybody has lots of doctors. And I said, you're going to come to my doctor. And he got to see me sitting on the table with my legs swinging at the doctor's. And I just normalized it. I told him everything was normal. And guess what happened? He became perfectly normal. And he had an IEP at one time, and he decided that when he was going to college, the thing they told me he would never do, he wasn't going to put the IEP in. He said, I'm going to heal myself. And he did. Then he graduated cum laude. Then he took his LSATs, went to law school. He's now finished with his second year of law school, and he is now in Las Vegas right now with us. Even though he's in law school in New York, he's here for a summer legal internship. And they have the leadership role they've given him is astounding him. He's astounded. I'm not. Because the thing that helped us the most, besides the praying, was a past life regression. The doctor, who's from India, who took over when he was 2 weeks old, because God guided me to him, said, you need to go and look at your past lives of who you and him were before and why you're doing this life this way now and who you came here to become. So I remember thinking, I'm pretty sure my mother's going to tell me that's sacrilegious and I'm going to hell for that. However, I didn't care. A mama bear will do whatever she needs to do to take care of her children, right? So I went and had it done. I went without my son, and I thought, well, let me go see about this. I got the information of who he was and who I was, and it literally made sense. I was able to surrender to the journey, and 2 weeks later, he was better. All the things we were dealing with, all the things that made me depressed, and I was crying out to God. And I feel like that past life regression was actually the ability to let go of, step into the journey, surrender, don't fight it anymore. And in that surrendering, he became all of himself and I became all of myself. So I bring that today, that if we begin to step into knowing that all is in divine order, all is in divine timing, that the divine feminine energy is rising higher and higher and higher, that we're letting go of all those outdated patterns, all of that patriarchal garbage, it's going to be let go now. So let's go ahead and join in a meditation together. All of you who feel guided to participate, I ask you to just put your hands, both hands on your heart in the center together with me now. And we're going to let go of anything that isn't serving us. And we're going to bring in everything that is. And let's open up our crown chakras to the divine intelligence download coming in for all of us now. Let's bask in the beautiful energy of the beloveds, Mary Magdalene, Mother Teresa, and Mother Mary. And let's take a deep breath, allowing ourselves to let our DNA be updated, to take us into the next step, the next journey, the next pathway with complete faith. And Mother Mary is coming in and saying, there is so much that you are all capable of doing and being. And most importantly, remember to make no apologies for your ability to consciously see things that others don't see yet. That it is okay that you are a pioneer, a pace setter, one of these souls that has come in to be a lighthouse that shines the light brightly for so many of the other souls that are turning their lights on now and stepping into their lighthouse self. And as more and more and more of our earth angels become activated, we will be able to spread our light brighter and brighter, higher and higher. And yes, it is true that we are healing the world one lighthouse at a time. Each and every one of us are lighthouses. Mother Mary is saying thank you so much for your service, for all that you're doing, all the inspiration that you're bringing, all the joy that you're bringing to the world with your infectious smiles, your ability to be happy and positive, even if others around you are not. Remember that your happiness and your smile and your joy is infectious. And she says, I give you permission to spread it around unapologetically. And now, as we open up our heart chakra, allow the healing, the energy, and the vibration and frequency of the divine love, and the divine healing to come in, fortified by the divine, so that your heart, your soul, will allow it and will receive it right now. If you want to go to that next level of health and wellness, happiness and joy, just say yes. I receive the upgrade. I receive it now. I allow the divine intelligence download to come in to upgrade my heart, my body, my mind, my spirit, my soul, my DNA, my vibration, my frequency, all of it. Say yes, all of it. I receive it now. And take a deep breath in through your nose for the count of 3. And let it out your mouth for the count of 5. Knowing that some of you have your Akashic records are being reorganized for you right now. Some of the old completed files are being removed. Some new ones are being put in to support you for your next journey. And breathe in through your nose again for the count of 3. And then out your mouth for the count of 5 again. And just one more of those to finish this meditation. In your nose and out your mouth. And you can let your hands down when you feel ready. And I would like to get some feedback. Barbara, how are you feeling right now?
I just have an angelic presence around me that I'm just really leaning into. That's all I can say.
Amazing. And keeping track of my timing, I know there's a limited amount of time. How are we doing? Did we get to our finish line, or do we have another minute or two? I know,
Well,
Scott, you
yeah,
were.
we are at the finish line, but I
Oh,
want to
good.
make sure that we take a minute to let people know about the amazing show you're going to be doing for Soul Search.
Yes.
And I put this flyer into the chat box, but of course,
Okay.
most of the people watching are watching on all of our broadcast partners. So a reminder that Camille, and by the way, Camille, beautiful presentation. Thank you.
Oh, well,
Um,
thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you, Scott. And thank you for everything you're doing in this world and the tribe that you have created. I feel at home, and it's so uplifting and amazing self-care for me tonight after the amazing Enlightenment Expo today. And we'll be back tomorrow. It's so much fun.
Yeah, well, it is a fascinating story. Thank you. And thank you for your commitment to an awakening world. So very grateful for that. Anyway, she is going to be doing a show on Soul Search
Yes.
every Tuesday at 6 p.m. And that's an easy time for people to remember because 6 p.m. on Wednesdays and Saturdays is when we have our show. And
Oh,
so,
perfect.
and what are some of the things that'll be happening on your Soul Search TV show?
Okay, so one of the things is that we will be doing a meditation or a healing for the group when we first open up that will be coming in from the beloveds. And sometimes there will be messages coming in of how to understand what's actually going on planet Earth and decoding any type of confusion or bringing to the positivity of what's going on. Instead of going into fear, we're bringing them back over to faith and not only hope, yet joy. As we know that as we raise the hope and joy of everyone on the planet, we move more rapidly to ascension and clear out some of the stuff we've been working on clearing out over the last few years. So shifting, and then we go into readings and healings for people. There'll be 4 of them available for 12 minutes that people can sign up for and enjoy. And one of the huge things that I do is help soul aligned people that are consciously awakened create a career out of their gifts and abilities so that if they are working to bring financial funding into their life, which most people are, that they can use their time and energy doing something that is on their soul mission, part of their divine calling to bring in their money, rather than doing something else that they might not feel if they don't feel great about what they're doing currently, crossing the bridge over, creating their signature programs, their signature courses, and getting them on the map. I have been a business owner for 37 years in New York, and if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. And one of the things that I am very good at doing is seeing people's gifts and abilities of what you have inside of you, being able to help you bring it forward and helping you to, in a way that feels fully in integrity, where you feel really good. You can put your head down at night and sleep well in how you make your money or how you make your difference in the world, or both. And if we can make it at the same time, your difference in the world and bring in your financial abundance and have it be win-win where everyone else is also abundant, that is what I work to do. And I will be honest, Scott, I will sometimes tell people, I'm sorry, but we can't help you do that because that isn't going to help our world. So we're going to have to come up with a different, and I'm kind of a jerk about it in a nice way. I had this one gentleman who came to me who was already a multimillionaire. He had this new business idea. He owned 3 franchises, and his new idea was to be a man's life coach for dating. Yet he had never been a life coach, doesn't have any training, and owned 3 businesses that had nothing to do with that. And then admitted that it was to get them to trust him so that they would then buy a franchise from him. Yet had no training. Well, I used my New Yorker accent when I told him that was ridiculous and that he's not allowed to do that.
Mhm.
Don't you? I said, don't play the bait and switch game. And then literally you're going to take their time up. If they're looking to date and you're just really going to waste their time and teach them what are you going to teach them how to do? Right now, I noticed that you're single and you have no intentions to create a relationship. So you're going to tell them, I'm single, I don't have a relationship, but I'm going to teach you how to do it. Oh, in the meantime, buy a $25,000 franchise from me and you'll have a girlfriend in no time. I'm like, this is just a cockamamie hot mess. And I am here. You hired me. I don't think you know what you paid me for, but you paid me to tell you this. And if we never talk again, I'm okay with that. What Mother Mary is coming in and saying is, along with your dead wife in heaven, because his wife had died early.
Camille, actually, we're way over.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I get the point of the story, and
Yeah,
thank
we
you for
told
your
them no more of that. So
thank
we
you for your
also,
integrity. Thank you
yeah.
for your integrity, though.
And I
That's
think that
beautiful.
that's probably one of the things that people appreciate is helping people to do things with integrity and be successful.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So again, one last time, everybody, you can catch Camille. There's so many wonderful shows on Soul Search TV now, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. And she brings her New York Divine Channel wisdom along with the Three Beloveds. And thank you, Camille. I apologize
Thank
for
you.
interrupting, but we've still
Thank
got
you
so
for
much
having
show left.
us.
So it's great to have you with us. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much.
Well, Barbara, tonight is just so many people. So, we actually ended up with more people than usual. So that's where we're having to kind of tighten things up a little bit.
I get it. We're
But
getting a taste. We're getting a beautiful little taste of things.
a homeopathic dose. We get a homeopathic dose, and some people are going to relate to Camille, and some people are going to relate to Megan. And but I got to say, I know that most of our audience really loves and relates to our next presenter because she's one of our favorite people, and it's Desiree. She's back. She has been traveling all over America, lighting people up with her magic, and just really. It's so good to see you again, Desiree, and to have you back with us.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to just feel everybody's energy and see you on screen, and you're always in my hearts. Just thank you so much.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to and maybe share an experience or two that you've had.
Oh my gosh. Like, I have to keep this short.
Yeah. Keep it short.
Yeah, so I decided to just literally get rid of everything that I owned and start the van life. I love traveling around the country doing this work. That's what I do. But it came a point where my kids were like, "Hey, Mom, we're out." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's time. Oh my gosh." And so I did exactly that. And with that, I thought I'd just be like traveling around and doing all these things. And I've actually been on the biggest spiritual journey with the biggest ego death I could have ever imagined over the last 2 months. And I can't even begin to explain in a short amount of time everything that I've gone to, but I always felt like I was a minimalist, and the next thing I know, I didn't realize the value I had in things, but maybe other people didn't. So just clearing out everything I owned and that, coming to the point of having nothing but everything at the same time, that was very prolific as well. And then also in my journeys, like I'm listening to my intuition and where I should go and all the things. And, we all have those layers of healings that we do, right? We work on the events, the triggers, the inner child, the relations, all the things. And I had done so much of that over the years. And then it came to the point where my intuition all of a sudden says, clear the energy of the land. And I said, whoa. You mean the impressions of the places I had lived before and all the things? And I began doing that, and I watched as, the weather patterns got crazy as I'm clearing the energy of the land. And I'm like, yes, it's time to do that. And so that was really, really exciting. and then all the learnings as well. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just amazing. But the growth too. So I went from like the empowerment, the healing of the feminine, the healing of the masculine, and just hugely growing. So
Wow.
I love it.
It's an extraordinary time on the planet, and you are such a clear channel. And um, I would love for you to do something for the group. I know we talked about that as a possibility. Does that still feel resonant for you?
Yep. So I can do one of two things. I'll let you make the call. I can either look at the gallery of everybody and I'll just literally pick out individual people and do healings on them at one time, or I can just do one big channeling as a whole. Which would you prefer?
Door number one sounds good. I'm going to go to gallery view,
Okay.
and I know you will too. And yeah, that sounds like a lovely idea.
Okay, so going on to the gallery view. All right, so if we can just all tune in together, taking a nice big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. I'm going to bring in some light language. I'm asking for whatever healings and the highest good for those individuals on the call right now. Will you please specifically tell me what we are doing? First, it came to Omashar. Omashar, I actually see your mother to the left of me. Lots and hugs and kisses to her. Having a conversation with her on what's happening in her life. And um, healing of the heart chakra when it involves that. Peace and rest. Scott, Satori, I don't know if I'm saying your last name right, but right now I literally feel some grounding energy, some cords cutting, etc. Really big grounding in on that. Raphael, Gabriel, those two archangels are coming in for you. Pat, I'm getting your right hip. Dia, I'm getting your stomach. Releasing that as well. Ian, I don't know why you overthink so much. We're gonna clear some of that, okay? Eleanor Joy, I can hear you. The little things that aren't seen. They're bringing in a very cleansing energy for you. Oh, my light just went out. Give me just a second, it'll turn back on, but I'm going to keep channeling as we're working, okay? Eta grupo careta careta usha careta 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 usha careta eta careta usha careta 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 usha careta eta careta sacareta eta casa y sacaro careta careta grupo careta careta usha careta eta careta eta careta grupo careta eta careta careta sucarca paca y sacareta usha careta 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 careta. Gerald, I'm getting a lot more expansion for you. Akateta grupo katieta kareta yeta grupo kareta kareta guruya siara katieta kareta shakareta tieta kareta kara. They're planting roots and expanding that for you. A lot of galactic codes coming in for you. Akateta kareta shakarata tieta kareta shakarata karakateta karata sarakareta siara karasa isarakareta tieta guru kareta tieta kareta. Barbara, you're growing some roots, just really strong growing in. Also, the masculine energy is really coming up strong for you as well, raising in that Very, very big. Akate sobakarete tetakareto shakarakata kareta karasiera karia. Scott, whatever you're working on expanding, I see expansion of the mind. They're bringing a lot of energy into that. So that expansion that you're changing into, go ahead and do that as well. Akate takuro shakarakati takarate takarate sobakarata sieta karata katata sa. Lorna Sass. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Just came to a pause, giving you a nice big hug. They're bringing in a lot of gentle energy, a lot of compassion for you right now. A lot of healing energy as well. They said, look up. They're hearing you. Reverend Jeffrey. They're placing a hand on your heart chakra. They're talking about the expansion of your heart chakra, how many people that you actually affect. They're talking about a book of rainbows. They're increasing the expansion of that book. I don't think it's actually a book of rainbows, but it has a lot of rainbow light energy in it. They're expanding that. Eric, you talked about the dragons. The dragons are here. I personally work with one of the particular dragons. It's white dragons. It also has some gold, like gold on the scales on the backs, the tips of it. You just came, landed, blasted out a bunch of energy. Clearing energy. Divine righteousness. Freedom from energy that no longer serves us. Grace, Denise, I'm actually grounding you a little bit more. They're calling that in. Karen S., I'm working on your left side, that feminine side, also doing a little bit of balancing in your blood. Nothing major, just a little bit of balancing of the components of the blood. Bonnie, you got a visitor. The love from your heart flows, even though it's not always seen. Even though at times it's been wrapped. They're showing a spiral coming from you in your love expanding as well, Bonnie. I'm here with you. Hold your heart. I am with you like I am your wings. Expand. I see the light. Isagaragate taguru shakaragate tagarel sugaragare sierracareta caraciata sierracareto shakarapapa kedeta Isagragato shakaragati tagarete tagaragate tagaro shakaragata sierracareta cariatia Adora, I just got a little bit of stubborn energy asking to call in the angels to help you with whatever Atakare is stuck right now. Akatitoro shakaragaitite atakare atakare that. That's helped moving the energy in the spine. Akate takare surokakati takaraki takarate takare takare do shakaragate takare 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 yada 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 surokara. Doug May, I'm actually getting stomping on the right foot. That's bringing in some divine strength, that masculine strength. Also, divine wisdom is being downloaded from the wisdom keepers for you. Akatita grupo katita reta tetsara katita karata tatita sieta tata. Nilla, hi. My nose is tingling for you. It looks like you're expanding your inner knowing. Takaraka and the fairies are floating around you as well. And they say hi. Margaret, I'm getting very stubborn energy is for you. Stubborn judgment, not judgment from you, but sternness. Asking the angels to assist you with that as well. Ganesh is coming to help you with that. Akadito shakarabaka paketa sieta papa kitsa papa kereto shakarata teta karate takareto shakarakare tere sirogare takara isakareta go shaka. Pam and Liv, I am getting a ball of energy just opening up over my crown chakra and just the angels just opening up and just going Oh, you look like you have a blessing coming to life soon. Someone 6-7 months, something like that. There'll be a big blessing coming for you, some huge light coming in. Lynn and Leaf, I can't go without mentioning how amazing you are and how much I appreciate you. The frequencies from your heart to flow and expand. The ones with you are here now. The giants. Nephilim, the goddesses, the smile chakra expands. Diara, they're bringing in music for you. Again, the expansion of that smile chakra. A little bit of deep peace, relaxation, cleansing, clearing of the hair as well. The silence of the forest, that deep peace. Good. Right. Raising that energy one more time. Seeing what else people need. They're doing a vitamin infusion on you, Scott. The Tori. And then Scott Katamas, I'm getting a lot of galactic codes for you. They said it's almost time. It's like that 1 minute before midnight. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
Wow. I'm going to go to gallery view. Let's all send some love, and how wonderful for almost everyone to have received some love and some positive energy from her. That was an amazing speed channeling. You've got a whole new thing going on, speed channeling. I don't know how do you feel after all of that?
it has been changing. And like it's so incredible. It's becoming so fast and like just and I see like multiple layers of the auras all at once. I can't even talk as fast as it's coming in. And
Wow.
it's so exciting. Like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Um, uh, Question, did you by any chance, because one of our most, I know you caught almost everybody, anything for our beloved Sylvia, who's with us?
I don't know what's going on her personally, but I am getting just the heart chakra, some energy being lifted off of that, her throat chakra being opened up, but I'm also getting a lot of care from her. This is very
Mm,
divine feminine. They're caring for her in a very like Mm, very deep level. Akareta grora saraba kare siro bokareta karete ete subakarata kareta kare so bakarakatesa. Isaragete so bakarakate tagareta kara. The energy is being very gentle, almost like um bathing a baby for the first time, just that very, very gentle.
mm,
Hold on, I'm going to raise it. There's the vibration increasing. Seeing Jesus in the resurrected form. You're not my child. That golden energy is expanding. He's talking about just expanding that golden energy. So allow that to expand. Taking energy from the liver. Egyptian healing table. Powering up even the coils underneath the pyramid, so it looks like a little bit low energy, adding energy. Uh,
mm.
rebuilding of the body, kind of adding cells, subtracting, rebuilding. Hold on. Here's the transition part. Receiving. Be at peace as the angels surround you. We will continue to work with gratitude.
Mm. Thank you so much for everything that you've done, and thank you for taking a little extra time for our beloved Diara. Um, I want to let people know that there are two ways to connect to Desiree, and I put this into the chat box. Her website is her name, Desiree Pittman, Desirea Pitman, DesireePittman.com. And that's where you can learn about what she's doing. She offers a free 15-minute consultation, and I would encourage everybody to take advantage of that. Uh, Clearly, she is very, very tapped in. Um, and then she's got some special events. In fact, honestly, is when I saw this flyer about her upcoming events. Oh, whoops, wrong one. That I was like, oh, we got to have you on the show, please. What's the take? And so she agreed to be with us tonight. These are her online classes. Um, and Morning Magic, weekdays, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. That's a good way to start for us here on the Pacific Coast at 6:30. Channeling the Ascension Path, 2 o'clock Central, 12 noon Pacific. And then Ascension Tribe Meditations on Mondays, 8 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock, just like our show. So, and I attended one of her Ascension Tribe meditations, and it was fabulous, absolutely wonderful. So, is there anything you want to make sure people know about these programs, Desiree?
Yeah, so in the morning, we just start off with clearing energies. I use a variety of different alchemic energies to like clear your vibration as well as raise your energy. It's just a quick 15 minutes, but it sets you off in the morning just all right. But we also do some upgrading. And then in the afternoons, of course, there's always information coming in. So I have been channeling every weekday for well over a year. It started out with some of the Global Peace Tribe members. So I just want to say thank you to Diara, Lynn, and Leaf. But every day we get together and we channel. Sometimes it's galactic, sometimes it's healing on the body. It's just whatever comes through. So that is a huge one. Probably one of my favorites. And then, yeah, Monday nights is just a variety of healers that come together and, brings some vibrations and raise the energy and all the magic. So if you would like, if you just send me a message, I will actually allow you to have any one of those for free. I'll send you the free link. Just, send me a message, subscribe to my website, something like that, and I'll just send you a link.
Thank you. Ayada wrote, Desiree, that was wonderful. I especially appreciate your loving focus on our dear Sylvia. And Sylvia in the chat box wrote, thank you, and gave a namaste. So, Desiree, it's so great to have you back with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're going to actually keep you on camera and bring up one of your favorite partners, beloved Diara, for you to lead us into prayer time. And then after our prayer time, we still have another Soul Search presenter to meet.
This is our continued prayer time. I was tempted to put our matching backgrounds on. So beautiful to be together and just feeling your magic and power and just keeping that flowing. Let's add in for Dia some magic through the head, the chronic pain in the head, and connecting that to what you saw in the stomach and just really alleviating the suffering. And bringing in, Scott had mentioned Piper Dellums. We want to pray, all of us, for Piper Dellums. I want to put protection around her in addition to the physical healing. I believe it's energies that are interfering with her because she's such a high holy vibration, and the work that she's doing is so important with the kids. So we're banishing any energies that would be interfering with our beloved Piper Dellums. Oh, good. Thank you. I can feel that. We're also adding to Chief Phil Lane's healing. I saw that he's up and walking from the hip replacement. His work in the world is so important, not only for all Indigenous, but for all beings. So powerful. And I'm wrapping special energy around his hips and legs. And then prayers for Tangia and continued work with Soul Search. And protecting the expansion of her work. Someone was asking what was happening with Piper, so we'll expand on that with your permission, Scott, that she went in for a routine procedure and it went very wrong, and that's where I believe their energies are interfering with her. Calling in even more protection for her now. And of course, all those that were so beautifully covered in our tribe. I'm seeing also asking for the overall rainbow tribe, which would mean all sentient beings. And I'm connecting in this soul to soul spot, Desiree, and that light that just came through. We could see that on the screen, this light coming down throat chakra into our stomachs. So powerful, so good to be with you, and blessings on your journey. I've watched you take on this amazing challenge for yourself. Blossoming, so brave, so courageous. Thank you for your love and blessings. And sending love out to those in our tribe who aren't in the Zoom room tonight. Our beloved Carol Craig, who's having a birthday. She just had a birthday last week. Dorena Joy made something beautiful that I know she's going to share for her. And so all those that are listening outside of our room. Desiree, I see the fairies flying around you and all the angels flying around you. It's so good to be with you, sister.
So much love.
Yeah. Scott, let's put you in the middle so we can all bless you again. And then Eric Roth, you've got a big shoe to fill when you come on in a minute.
Mhm. Well,
Mm.
thank you. And I'm actually going to take us to gallery view, and let's go ahead and have a minute or two of silence to really send love and prayers and blessings to whomever is in your heart at this time.
Yeah, too. I was just thinking of you. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Maximum grace for all of our beautiful global peace tribers. Maximum grace for all watching this show. Maximum grace for Brother Phil, Piper Dillums, Scotty Satori, Sylvia, Dia, and anyone who's going through challenge at this time. We give thanks for the opportunity to come together in community, to receive the inspiration from all the wonderful guests on the show. A big thanks to tonight's guests who have each provided their unique homeopathic medicine, and of course our beloved Barbara Centauri and Tangela. And blessings on all of our four-legged family members and our ancestors up in the skies, and those that might still be alive and living with us. We give thanks, and one more time, maximum grace for all whom we have thought of tonight, sending love and prayers and appreciation, and concluding with big gratitude for Desiree and Diara, our dynamic duo, who are back, and it's beautiful to see you two both working your magic. Thank you so much. And you're right, Eric Roth has got quite a lot of energy coming in your way. So we're excited to meet Eric and to actually learn a little bit about him. I just remembered we have a video that we're going to play. And so before Barbara's introduction, here is Eric Roth via a video.
Wondering why certain changes, challenges, or opportunities keep showing up in your life? Watch Rhythm of the Stars with Eric Roth, a live astrology show on Soul Search TV. Join shamanic alchemical astrologer Eric as he helps you understand how current planetary energies are shaping your life, your relationships, and your soul's evolution. Each episode includes live astrology readings, planetary forecasts and future trends, guided meditations and inner journeys, spiritual guidance for navigating change. With over 15 years of experience and thousands of readings, Eric combines astrology, shamanic wisdom, and spiritual insight to help you align with your highest potential. Every other Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, streaming on Soul Search TV. Join us and discover the deeper rhythm guiding your life.
Very exciting. I love this, and I have put in the chat a link to our schedule of our live shows where you can actually book a reading with geniuses like Eric here, who have devoted their lives to helping us understand the cosmos and how our lives are affected by it. So Eric, welcome. It's so nice to meet you. And I look forward to working with you more and more now. This is really exciting.
Thank you, Barbara. Really good to be here. Can you hear
Amazing.
me okay?
Yes, I can. And let me
Okay.
tell the world a little bit about you before you jump in. Eric Roth is an accomplished integral astrologer, author, and teacher. He has been practicing the art and language of astrology since 2010 and has helped thousands of people through astrological readings, mentoring, and teaching and facilitating. He was managing director of the Shamanic Astrology Mystery School for 9 years and currently co-teaches annual online courses and other webinars with Kaylin Castell that are focused upon the magic, symbolism, and alchemy of the stars, moon, and planets. As you have just seen, Eric has his live reading show every other Wednesday on Soul Search TV, Rhythm of the Stars. I love that title, by the way. And he's also going to be joining us in 2 weekends. I keep saying next weekend. Next weekend, everyone, is Pasadena. Come to Pasadena first next weekend. The following weekend, bask in the bliss with Eric in Mount Shasta, the 25th and 26th. And without further ado, take it away, Eric.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm actually going to be in Pasadena as well.
Oh, fantastic. I'll
Yeah.
meet you there. Yay.
So yeah, two weekends in a row. So yeah, I'm looking
Love
forward
it.
to that. Yeah, I've been doing this for, as Barbara said, for over 15 years. And this is my passion. This is what I love to do. And what really clued me in on this kind of astrology is not just about reading charts, but it's also going out under the sky and looking at the stars and working with the stars, learning how they move, how the earth moves, how everything rotates, and all the different sacred movements that we are on as beings on this planet here, moving with the earth. And so it's something I talk about when I first introduce the stars is when we go out under them, the word understanding at one time really meant to be under the stars. You are standing under the stars and you are learning the wisdom and the knowledge, not just of the stars, but of yourself and your relationship to the earth and sky. And that's what really got me going with the astrology itself, originally from Daniel Giamario back in 2004. I started practicing professionally in 2010. And so I've been really putting down a lot of hours to connect and learn each and every day of my passion. And it's never a day goes by where I don't learn something new. I can learn over 100 lifetimes about astrology and never learn it all. It just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper into the magic of the language. And the kind of astrology that I do is originally rooted in shamanic astrology, and that is a holistic, non-judgmental, archetypal expression of who we are in this lifetime. And it highlights the totality of the being that we are, including the light and the shadow, understanding the connection that we have not only to ourselves, but to our path and how to navigate that path, and honoring ourselves as co-participants with the universe. And so my job is kind of almost as a language interpreter and also as a guide to help people understand and connect and help them walk their path so that they can thrive in their lives. And so it gives me great joy when I'm able to work with people either individually once in a while or regularly. And so when I travel up and down the West Coast from Washington down to California and also to Arizona, doing Soul Search Expos and other events and teaching, even going out under the sky and teaching the night sky, which I do a few times a year, it's just a blessing. It's like I am walking in shoes that I'm just in awe over. So I'm really, really grateful to be here to do this, to share the wisdom of the stars here with people. And I live and breathe this. I do this full time each and every day. I live in Southern Oregon in Central Point, just outside of Medford, and Ashland's not too far from me. Mount Shasta is just an hour and a half away. So it's always fun to go down there and be with the mountain and the energies down there. And just really connecting all those events, all those fairs, all those expos. it's like extension of the soul tribe, you know, whether it's the inner circle, an acquaintance circle or beyond, they're all part of the greater tribe that we're all a part of. And it just feels really good. And that's a big reason why I do it is to connect, but also to be, of course, to be of service to everyone out there.
Beautiful.
And I
Thank
love
you.
doing readings and talks and everything that goes along with it, and especially
Great.
learning. I love to learn.
Feel your passion.
Thank you. Well, let's get to the readings because it's really special for people to be able to receive a reading from you. And Dia Therese is going to be our first person, and we can do one more reading after Dia. So if someone else wants to receive a reading, send me a message in the chat box. And it's my joy to bring up Dia Therese, who's one of our absolute favorite Global Peace Drivers.
Idea. You can.
And
Oh, there you go.
Hi, Eric.
Hi.
I'm
How can I be of help?
Do you want what do you want specifically?
You're.
What am I going to be when I grow up? No,
What's your birth date?
October 15th, 1945.
Okay. And is there something specific you want to discuss?
This being a Libra, I guess I have a God-given birthright to this, but I vacillate, and I feel like I've got one more big adventure in me for the next maybe 15 years, and then and the other time when this head situation comes in, then I feel like I'm done and I don't need to keep going on. So I have all these. So it's a vacillation.
Okay.
And
yeah, well, what I could do is share with you. Of course, you know, we're more than just what our sun sign is. That's just one part of who we are. And the sun provides the fuel that we burn to reach our life purpose. So it plays a role in our lives in a strong way. But there are other things that also connect us to life purpose, such as Jupiter, our Venus and Mercury, with the placement of our nodes. And what all this means is, in fact, for you, Dia, relationship, partnership, and connection with people, especially on a spiritual level, is of critical importance to you and your life purpose. Like it really shines brightly. And you also are just a beginner in this life, especially when it comes to relationships. As you're an Aquarius moon, so you don't really are not as quite familiar with the earth and the heaviness and the gravity and the complexity and the all the complications that go with it. And so you bring that newness, that novelty to the world. And it's that unique perspective and how you approach different kinds of relationships and relationship with spirit as well. You know, you have the chart that I would say of a healer. You are somebody that has probably helped a lot of people over the many years, been a huge giver. And so this really shows up really, really strongly. And a big part of, on a personal level for you, is doing your sacred work. And that is of really critical importance. In fact, I would share too that this fall, it's going to be a really interesting time for you as Venus in the sky, which you can see right now in the early evening sky. She's going to be even brighter and relatively higher in the sky in the early to mid fall until she goes retrograde. But in that time, Venus will be helping you awaken that purpose in your life more strongly and connect you with your passions and connection with community and your relationship to spirit and so overall. And so there's like, as far as like trying to attain any goals or prove anything, other than the inner world and your connection to the oneness of all, that's really where your true liberation is going to be coming from.
I listened carefully, and it kept hanging on me that I want to bring in. I've had wonderful, wonderful relationships and lots of adventures, but I feel like I have a another life partner, and he's in the he keeps staying in the in the wings. Could you comment on that? Because
Yeah, it's entirely possible that part of this, the transits that are going on, one version of this could relate to once Saturn leaves some of its influence over you next year, you may be able to kind of awaken and be free even more than you are right now. And that could mean that there could be a possibility of a partner. In fact, if you go even farther into the future, by the summer, midsummer of 2027 and beyond, that could even ramp up even more. So there's even a greater level of expansion around relationship partnership on a romantic level at that point too. So I could see that happening. Yes, Dia.
thank you, Eric.
You're welcome.
The life partner and the romantic, I want a full spiritual, emotional, physical relationship. Because I haven't had the spiritual connection with the people that I've actually had, lifetime relationships with.
I have a feeling based on what I see that is not too far in the future for you, especially when we get to next year and the year after.
Wonderful. All right. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you,
You're
Eric. Eric, if you don't mind, we'd love to bring up one more person. Is that all right?
That's quite all right. Yes.
Great. Thank you. And thank you for being willing to be on the show towards the end. Here is another beloved member of our Global Peace Tribe. This is Ayada.
Ayada, it's good to meet you. Hello, welcome.
Hi, yeah, thanks, Eric. It's great to meet you as well. Thanks so much for doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really happy to be here.
So should I just say something about what my question is, or?
Yeah, what's your birth date?
September 17th, 1952.
Okay. And so yeah, what area are you looking to ask about? Is there something specific?
Yeah, I mean, well, my personal life, I mean, my whole life really, I have just been going through an extremely challenging time for the last year and a half. I think the hardest time I've ever had in my life. And I understand some of it, so, a lot of what it is that I'm working through or that I'm being asked to move through. But sometimes it just feels relentless, and I just get so exhausted and wondering, okay, how much longer is this gonna be, and what's the end game here? Where are we going?
Yeah, well, you're just about to enter a rare time in your life here, something we call in astrology a nodal return, NODAL. And what this is, just briefly, the lunar nodes that control the eclipses, and so they have a connection to our past lives and our future life, our destiny, and things of our past. And so this alignment, this nodal return comes in, it begins for you on July 26th, of just a couple of weeks from now, and will go on for about a 19-month period. And this is whenever we get one of these, we get into a alignment with our soul's intent. It's a revisioning and a renewal of ourselves, our purpose. And that's where we can invite in synchronicities, allies, people we connect with that help us along our path and can even at times alleviate the challenges that we're in, meaning that things tend to work more often than not than in, say, past experiences. This doesn't mean that there is no challenges there. You're in a really, really major intersection in your life right now. This particular phase of it started in June. And that will go on until March of next year. But it won't erase the fact that you're coming into something that's going to help balance this out with this particular nodal return. So I do see some things that can help you really come into greater alignment and alleviation or relief. But there, like I said, I feel like there's still more to work out. There's still more to, even in potentially even in relationship, partnership, things about the overall structure of your life. I would say that part of this year is whatever things that are really toxic to you need to be let go of, whether it's material things or relationships or things that your habits or routines that you're doing that you might not even be aware of. This is the time where it's a time to face that and let them go that no longer belong. But again, this nodal return is also going to be helping you with the right kind of people at the right time, assisting you in hopefully in more beneficial ways than in the past. And that's part of this cycle that's coming in for you. So it's possible that this could even create the potential for more freedom in the long term for you. Freedom from the pressures and the gravity of the weight of all that life has to offer.
That sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Eric, and thank you, Ayada, for coming up with us. I want to, as I always like to do, take people to Eric's website. It's really interesting. I'm going to ask you about the name because it's a unique name. InSpiralNexus.com.
Yes.
InSpiralNexus.com. And you can see it here on my screen share. And clearly, there's a lot of really interesting information there. We can learn a lot about what's going on astrologically. And of course, this is also how you can reach him. You can click here to get a reading. You can watch his videos. He's got a very active YouTube channel. Learn about his
Yes.
latest book or his classes. So it's a good website to go to. And it's InSpiralNexus.com. I've put it into the chat box for our Zoom roomers, but I'm going to leave it up for a minute for people watching on Facebook and YouTube to write it down or to just go there right now. And tell us about the name. What does In Spiral Nexus mean? What's the origin of that?
Yeah. So this came to me, what's it now, 16 years ago, when I was kind of coming into my practice and starting to do readings. And it's a combination of in spiral and inspire and integration. That was more like the mental part of the experience of the name. And then the spiral came to me as that connection that came initially through a dream that I had that was very profound. And in my like in the dream, I was actually guiding a group and seeing something under the sky, and there was this particular spiral in the sky that came through. And you can see spirals everywhere at various, especially in the West, various rocks and petroglyphs all over the West Coast and the Intermountain West as well. And it really spoke to me about the cycle and this cycle of all that is, the totality of all that is, and the spiral of life itself. And so I want to honor that. It kind of came through and I felt moved to to make it part of me permanently. And then the nexus part is the connection. It's the connection between the earth and the sky and ourselves. It's that we are part of that nexus point ourselves. So we're there, interfaces and conscious expressions of the divine, of the universe, of God, all that is. And so we can connect into all of that. And so it's honoring that with that name that came through to me. And I was inspired myself to use it as my business name.
That's beautiful. So again, we're talking about his website, inspiralnexus.com. And Eric, you have a beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm really glad that we got to close the evening with you.
Thank you.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited to see you next weekend in Pasadena.
Yeah, me too.
Following weekend for everybody up in Mount Shasta.
Yes, I'm
That's
putting
right.
the schedule right there in the chat. All
And
right.
That's right.
Speaking of Mount Shasta, I'm bringing up Diara because she lives there close to Mount Shasta. She's in Oregon, and I think she's planning on coming down to be at Soul Search that weekend.
Yes, on that Sunday. Yes.
Oh, fantastic. I may be there, still working it out. But
Okay.
if I am, I would just really love to hug you in person.
Absolutely. It's going to be such a powerful time there. So, yeah.
Send me a picture of the two of you hugging. I would love that.
That would be great.
Or with Eric in the middle. Ideally,
Yeah, we'll
Eric
make
in the
it
middle.
happen.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
You're perfect.
Fabulous. All right. Well, we are almost done, but we are going to close in the most wonderful possible way with our beloved Omashar.
Okay. Da 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 Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch and be my homeward dove. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. Oh, let me see your beauty when the witnesses are gone. Let me feel you moving like they do in Babylon. Show me slowly what I only know the limits of, and dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. La 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 la. Bum 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 ba da la 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 bum bum. Dance me to the wedding now and dance me on and on. Dance me very tenderly and dance me very long. We're both of us beneath our love, we're both of us above. So dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. And dance me to the children who are asking to be born. Dance me through the curtains that our kisses have outworn. Raise a tent of shelter now, though every thread is torn. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. La 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 bum 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 ba gathered safely in. Touch me with your naked hand, or touch me with your glove, and dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love.
Thank you so much, Omar Shah. And isn't it lovely watching Pam and Liv dance together? That's like a new highlight. And oh, Joy, thank you for being with us. We missed you at the beginning of the show, so I'm glad you're with us now. And big love to everybody, Barbara, Dia, Ayada, Lynn and Leaf, and of course Luna Sass, and most of all, our beloved Omar Shah. Thank you, brother. Well, it's that time. We're wrapping up. We have a really wonderful show planned for coming up. I always like to let people know what's going to be coming up next on The Awakening World. And a week from tonight, our beloved Wild Monk of the Mystic Monastery is going to be sharing his new book with us. So it's another edition of Authors That We Love, kind of a rare one where we're doing it on a Saturday night. Usually we do that on Wednesday nights, but we've got Jerry Anderson and Ming Tong Gu, who Omar Shah and I met in Santa Fe. He was a beautiful man. You're going to love him. David Trotter and Anastara Maka will all be with us. So that's coming up on a week from tonight. And what's happening on the 15th? Oh, what's happening on the 15th? I haven't made the poster yet. Natalie and Uta are going to lead a very beautiful experience. You remember them from the Twin Ray community. So it's going to be a very, very kind of spiritual practice evening on Wednesday night. So that's what we've got coming up. Thank you again, Barbara Tintori and Omar Shah and everybody. Have a wonderful week. Tomorrow is Sunday. Make it a sacred Sunday by seeing the divine in all. I'm going to go to gallery review one more time for us all to wave goodbye. Good to see all those beautiful faces, those of you who have your cameras on, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you all.